Yes, top of the evening. You know the vibes. The news by Shanewz. Um, Unfortunately, like I told you, I wasn't going to be able to get to the spot, but I'm still going to come on and talk a little bit of boxing, a little bit of stuff that you know got a response out of me, right? Um, 'Cause I have somewhere to be, but I want to say salute to everybody that has been hitting the cash app and donating to the channel behind the scenes. I did make a couple of purchases, as well as my channel is monetized. I did make a couple of purchases towards this, um, and when they arrive, I'll definitely share that with y'all. But salute to those, and that's what I want to let be known. Maybe you could write me off on your taxes, right? Because when I do get donations, trust and believe, I'm not one of these guys that's taking your donations. The donations go towards the brand, the company. And I purchased a couple of things. But I want to talk about, shout out to my guy right here in the building, first one in the building, Ohio. Appreciate you, my guy. You are definitely Sauce Team Tucker official. Not only are you official, I want to say, I know that you are a official boxing fan, not only a fan of the slime and the news by Shanewz, what we got going on, but you are an official boxing fan because anytime I reach out to you and ask you to share content, you do not hesitate. And I want to salute you and commend you for that because as an independent media marketing agent, that's one of my jobs that I do, right? I am nothing without the support of the actual fans of Jihad, supporters, right? Because all I could do is get the people that now, shout out to the ones that have come to the table with me to put together some of my ideas. And when I get them, present them. And if the public, right, the fans, the actual boxing fans, consumers, and I know this brother right here is an actual consumer, met him in person. He was at the fights in Ohio. And he shares the content, man. So salute to you, man. That goes a long way. You make a lot. Like I said, I'm not gonna call guys weirdos no more. I'm gonna call them what they are: haters, jealous, envious, unofficial fans. Because you're not. It's too many weirdos now. You're just what you are, unofficial fan. You just don't like myself, Jihad, or things that we got going on because maybe you have a particular fighter and all that. You're not a fan of the sport. It's obvious because things like I just described that the good brother Tyler does and sharing content, that's all free and it's easy to do. But let me get to a popular tweet from Rick Glazier. I dropped a short on it, right? I think Rick Glazier gets a bad rap for who he is, but let's just think about some of the things that he's been saying, and look at how the system is playing out right now, right? And a lot of times the guys that are much informative insiders, the masses, the guys that are, on social media, whether Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, like that deem themselves to be popular in the crowd, they don't want to hear some of these things sometimes because it goes against what they're programmed to believe. But if we look at what Rick is saying, right, about the fighters not getting the money, let's use Keith Thurman, for example. I'm going to put on my consultant hat tonight, right? Now, where Rick tweeted, right, let me pull the tweet up because I think I shared it, right? I think I shared it because one thing about me, before I was in the game like I am now, and shout out to like Larry Wade and my guy Evans and a lot of the PBC coaches as well, right? I always remember being a fan. I'm still a fan. But now a lot of these guys are my peers. I work alongside of them. I work with them. But I always remember always sharing. That was one thing about me. I noticed this on social media, man. Dudes be wanting to go viral, and they feel like if you are more popular than them on social media, that and I see this in my own gym, and I laugh at God. I'm like, dude, I'm really viral, like in life. Like the shit that you be trying to keep it clean. Dick riding I might have perfected that. You know, I just don't put my name on shit because I know that you catch more bees with honey. A lot of times when people know something is yours and they don't like you or they're jealous of you, they're not going to support it. Hopefully y'all caught that source. But let's examine some of the things that Rick was saying, right? Let me pull the tweet up because I'm going to break this down for you in layman terms so you guys can understand. But he's so accurate with this. What he said, and it's apparent, right? And I'm going to use Keith Thurman to show you guys, right? Keith Thurman, because Keith is my guy, and I know Keith will not feel offended by me using him and pointing out what Rick is saying to be accurate, right? But let's find Rick's tweet. I'm at the desk. I got my door closed, but you know my kids are going to come up in here. You'll probably hear the dog barking and all of that. You know, you got to bear with me, man. I'm a full-time father first, man. You know, okay, let's get to the tweet right here. This is the tweet. So Rick Glacier tweeted out, y'all see what the PBC Amazon deal is really all about. Not by some media release or reporters writing fuzzy things, but by the many Haim and PBC fighters that will refuse to fight for little money that they'll be offered, especially after being spoiled for years. So Keith Thurman, man, smash my like button. This is free gems right here. I'm giving you right there. What I just read from Rick Glacier's tweet already is apparent to us. How many fights have Keith Thurman? Shout out to Keith. I love you one time. Gave me a hell of an interview. You are a dope dude. You ran with some sauce. If you could beat me. I ain't afraid to let it go. Sauce. I appreciate you, my guy. You let them know I was catchy with the rhymes and the sayings. Thank you. But look at what Rick just tweeted, the beginning tweet that I read about fighters that will refuse to fight for the little money. Hasn't that been what has been put out there about Keith Thurman turning down fights because the money was funny? See, this has been going on. But unfortunately, you know, we are programmed, you know, because we listen to unofficial people who really aren't in the game, but they're not even in the way. They're telling us stuff, and then they put smut on people who are actually like. One thing I would never front on Rick Glacier. I'm not like a lot of these unofficial boxing fans that have done nothing in the sport, right? Like that's like me, right? You know how many guys front on me because they think I don't do views or I don't, you know, I'm not in the loop, but I actually been a part of things. I actually been a part of deals. I actually, you know, broker stuff, get sponsors, shit like this. But these guys that come on here and talk down on me, you know, and then I let them do it because then when I start showing who I am, they can't fuck with me no longer. Now it's like, yo, bro, you can't be a part of nothing I got going on because you was disrespectful. So see me when you see me, you know. But I would never front on Rick Glacier, right? And shout out to WCS for when he let me interview Rick, and Rick ran down his resume stats, right? You guys will sit up here and shit on Rick, but Rick put together, he got credit as the matchmaker for a Roy Jones fight, right? These are stats. Half of you guys don't have nothing going on in boxing, period, let alone did something like that. But you guys will sit up here and say, oh, Rick don't know what he's talking about. Rick don't know this. Nah, the man got stats, man. But that's why I guess I like Rick and I understand Rick because I face a lot of the same shit, man. Like a motherfucker never did nothing in boxing, real talk, besides have a bunch of unofficial fans listening to them talk boxing, but would tell myself that I'm unsuccessful. The last time I checked, I know CEOs from Rival. You know, listen, that's a whole nother time. But back to, I don't want to lose sight of the topic, right? Keith Thurman, shout out to you, Keith, is already doing some of the things that Rick Glacier has put out there. Isn't that apparent? How many fights? Boots Ennis said he turned down a fight with him over the money, right? Over the money, right? And this is what Rick is tweeting is going to be moving forward. I think it's already happening. How long have we not seen some of these guys fight? How long? Some of the marquee names, they have not been fighting. and they probably most likely won't be fighting. We watched a bonehead. I know he's probably kicking himself in the ass right now. And Frank Mar, go back over there with those silly ducks and clean this up now, man. You turned down $1 million, which probably was very generous, as we can see, since they offered T.O. 1.5. Man, I know you're sick right now, wherever you are, because you're not going to get nothing. And I want to make a real bet, though. I don't want to make no bullshit bet. I want to make a bet like this, right? Because I'm in the business, right? When that you don't get that offer, right? Over there, you don't fight for $1 million, right? You fight for under $1 million. This is the bet that I want, because I'll do the 3%, right? Can I get 6% or something from you? Double it. I want to double it because I'm not gonna kill you right now, but I can kill you. You got a lot of people in your pocket over there, right? So when they was talking about me and telling me I don't know shit, how many people do you have to pay? That's why you were saying $1 million was funny. Like, let's talk about that. But if you don't make $1 million in your next fight, right, or you get $1 million offer coming from over there when they do announce the the deal, can I get 6%? But hey, what do I know? But let's move on. Let me go to some more of this tweet. Great tweet, Rick. He says, especially after being spoiled for years with artificially grossly inflated purses, many of those fighters will not be able to mentally handle the market correction that the Heyman PPC fighters will now experience, and many will be sitting doing nothing. A lot of them are already sitting doing nothing, as I just showed you. Keith Thurman. When's the last time Jarrett Hurd fought? He's a champion. Remember, Jarrett Hurd was that dude. Shout out to Swift Hurd as well. Run down the names. Gary Russell Jr. Shout out to Gary. What's his name's finally fighting? Chris Colbert. I bet you they got him for the low, right? But remember, what was the talks about Chris Colbert, right? Let's talk boxing over here. I'm in the loop, man. Wasn't Chris Colbert supposed to fight Tank Davis, right? Remember you guys, Twitter and the gossip guys, man, the unofficial, insiders that they hear a tweet and they just run with it. Or they hear a IG post or YouTube content creator says, such and such. Remember, Chris Colbert's name was tied to Tank Davis. He's fighting at the Armory. How much do you think he's getting for that fight? The Chicken Man. That's the Chicken Man. Remember, he opened up the chicken restaurants. He was set, man, but he just had a little slip up against the Garcia guy and kind of fucked his momentum up. But he's back, though. Great to see him back. Wilder, yes, another one. Wilder's not really fucking with them, T. That's a whole nother lie. But, certain fighters, I don't, why certain fighters I don't really speak on, right? Because I know when I speak on other fighters and that I know the goods, right? You know what these weirdos, these internet insiders do? They try to debunk my shit, right? But they don't debunk it correctly. They're just debunking. So I'm not even going to speak on it. I'm just going to keep letting what Wilder's doing keep unfolding. Because it's apparent what Wilder's doing, right? Wilder finally got a fight after a lot of stuff that I was talking about came to fruition, right? But, thank you for bringing that up, T. Let me get to some more of these comments, man. Appreciate y'all over here, man. Shout out to Toby, the UK in the building. He said Frank is deaf. Yeah, he's sick, man. Frank is an idiot, man. Frank, you're an idiot, man. 6%, Frank. Know what I mean? Yo, who represents you, Frank? 6%. And I had to double it up on you, man. Usually I do 3. I'll do 6 for you, bro. 6. You need some people to make some right phone calls for you, man. You don't need a little bit of you were supposed to take that That was a generous $1 million, man. Oh man, that was generous. But I guess when you got 8 motherfuckers with their hands in your pocket, might not be what but you didn't want to explain that. Sometimes I wish these fighters would do that shit, man. Like, keep it real. Like, tell the truth. Tell the truth why the $1 million wasn't the $1 million. Tell why. You had to pay Mo, Larry, Curly, all these guys, the 3 Stooges. Tell the truth, But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? He said Wilder's on. Shout out to D Young. Guys is in the building. But look, Rick Glazier was on to something with that tweet, man. Name some other guys over here. Big marquee guys. Look, Charlo finally got back in the ring after 2.5 years. His brother finally got a massive payday after damn near a year and a half. Earl Spence, same thing with Terrence. The only real consistent fighter that was in rotation, Gervonta Davis, right? Out of the big dogs. Are these facts? Is that a fair assessment to say, right? Look at Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph, another one, right? I'm just giving you guys the information. You take it how you want to take it. If not, take it. Listen. But I know what you guys are going to do, right? Because a lot of times they say nobody listens to me or nobody fucks with me or the way I present it. You know, everybody wants to be flashy and all sophisticated. Listen, at the end of the day, it's X's and O's. X's and O's. Cross the T's and dot the I's. That's what I'm giving you, right? So, Cool Boy Steph, another guy, out the ring forever. Where did he have to go and get cleaned up? Where did he have to go and get cleaned up? He had to go over the top rank in Japan, get his biggest payday, and unfortunately end up losing his titles. But shout out to Cool Boy Steph. Another guy that was not around, not getting no fights. Now, if you pay attention, the guys over there that are getting fights, right? Now, we're getting the fights. What are the Frank Martins, the Rollies, you know, the mid-level guys, right? Why? You know why? Because the mid-level guys, this is Showtime Shanewz Consulting Services right here. Breakdown for you. Like, I have stats. I'm going to tell you why. Do you know why? I'll give you a second. There's 5 of y'all in here. Maybe somebody else might know why. That the mid-level guys were getting the fights. And all the guys that I named wasn't getting the fights. If you know, it's easy. I broke some of the reasons down. You know, the higher up guys, the guys that wasn't fighting, the Spencers, the Wilders, you know, these guys are big guys. You know why? Because they want too much money, like what Rick is saying. But if you don't listen and you're not paying attention to the money, you have to follow the money in boxing. See, a lot of you fans, you don't follow the money. You know what? You follow views. You follow jealousy and envy. Follow the money. Follow the money. Money makes the world go around. Money makes boxing go around. Follow the money, right? What did Bob Arum say, right? Bob Arum said when they hit oil, we struck the deal with the Saudis. We control the money. The money, right? Who else is over there now? Look, who's putting on the big shows, right? The Saudis. They control the money, right? Smash my like button. I'm giving y'all free gems. You see, we are taking donations now. I know I always said I wasn't, but I got a lot going on. I'm paying rent. I'm upgrading equipment. So the Cash App is right there. And like I said, for the ones that headed up next week when these deliveries come from Cyber Monday, I will show you some of the stuff that went in that you guys put into the company. You know, we don't take your money and try to get fly and do other, you know, doodle head shit, right? We really give you the sauce, right? But the reason why the mid-level guys are getting the bag, right? And I'm going to explain this to you. Maybe some of you guys know, maybe most of you guys don't. Is because they are what we consider the day laborers, right? Can y'all understand that? I'm trying to put it in terms so y'all can understand. I've been learning that as, you know, reading more of my consulting books. Sometimes, depending on the audience that you are talking to, you have to break it down, right? So that's when I'm breaking it down. Now, the upper echelon guys, the Wilders, the Spencers, the Keith Thurmans, remember what Rick tweeted out. They are used to getting a certain type of bag. So now when that bag is not inflated no more, and they're like, man, it's a couple of popcorns missing. The bag used to be fuller. Remember when you were young and the bags, you know, used to go to the stores? You know, rest in peace to my moms and them. And my moms used to always tell me this, man, the popcorn and the potato chips, it's more air in the bags now, right? That's the bags they get. It's more air. But remember, the bags used to be full with chips and all that. Their bags aren't full with chips no more. And the reason why is because they no longer can give them that type of money. But you know who they can give that type of money to? The mid-level guys. That's why you are seeing the Frank Martins, who's fighting for $275,000, being able to fight on cards. Because, you know, consulting services, the news, by Shanewz, Shanewz Boxing. Now, if you are paying fighters M's, right? You didn't get there yet. We're talking about the M's, right? Danny Jacobs' voice, right? I'm going to get there, right? When you were paying fighters M's, $2 million, $3 million, right? One fighter, you're paying that, right? And I just said you can get a Frank Martin for $275. How many fights can you squeeze in for that $2 million? You can probably get a whole fight card in. Please smash my like button. I just gave you guys some gems right there. Real gems. Not these Twitter, internet, unofficial, jealous, envious fan gems. These were real gems. And you're going to say, how do you know that, Shalom? Yeah, you said I said my government name tonight. How do you know that, Shalom? Because I've been a part of the game now. I've been a part of the game. And I ask questions. You know, I unlike a lot of these internet weirdos, I'm not going to say weirdos. Unlike a lot of these internet unofficial fans, when I go to fights, right? When I go to fights as Team Tucker, official boxing business, I'm in the hotels with managers and guys that run the business. And, you know, I ask questions because I want to be informed. I want to learn because I am growing, right? So I say, you know, and I've been doing this. Even with my PBC days, I was doing this. And I think that's why I ruffled a lot of feathers over there. And they tried to do what they tried to do. But look how God just turned it around. I'm bigger than I ever was over there, man. Over there, I was a marketing guru. I had some of the best sayings and slangs, all that. I left from there. Now, like I said, in a couple years, y'all really going to be sick. And I'm still going to come on here. And hopefully I don't do views because I always never want to do views. I never want to do views, man. I just want to come on here and say, oh, yeah, that fighter, he's with me. That fighter, yeah, he's with me. Those are the views I want to do now, right? And I got one right now, right? I'm not even going to talk about it. But I got one right now, right? And shout out to my brother, because my brother really put me on, right? My brother told me something, and I was like, yo, you're right. I was like, yo, you're right. That is me. I was like, I didn't even think about it like that. He was like, now I'm watching you. That's you. That's you. I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. But yeah, that's why you're seeing these mid-level guys. They're cheap labor. They're day laborers. No disrespect. You know what I mean? They could get, like I just said, if you're paying Keith Thurman $4 million, $3 million, right? You could put a whole fight card for on that. Look, Frank Martin was the main event. Remember? Main event. If he got 250, how much do you think his opponent got? Come on, man. It's $5 in. Don't get stupid. Respectfully. Come on, man. Talk. Type in the comments, man, because y'all in here. Y'all in here and y'all know the shit that I'm talking about makes sense. This is boxing talk that makes sense over here, man. Listen, this makes sense. You guys, you know what it is? A lot of y'all, like I said, y'all are unofficial fans. Don't be an unofficial fan when you come and listen to the source. Have your ears open and take in these gems, because that's what I did. I took in gems, whether it was on the media tip, now on the executive tip. I took in gems. That's why I'm able to come on here. And when I want to discuss real insider shit like I did yesterday, and a lot of people else did shows on that, but who actually had a real response from somebody? Takeover Promotions. I did. And I got that ASAP. I had that ASAP. But I said, you know what? I knew I was going to the spot to record. I said, man, this is my show tonight. This is my show. Like, I'm not coming on here speculating on why T.O. turned the money down and this, that, and the third. I have an actual quote from a reliable team Takeover Promotions member. And that's what I used, right? It wasn't he said, like, I watched content creators today talking about he turned down the fight, he's exposed. No, you're exposed. You've been pushing gossip and bullshit forever. But you are what you are, unofficial, internet, jealous, envious boxing fan that lives through the internet via YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, things like that. And when somebody that you guys didn't fuck with, overlooked, talked about behind the scenes, now is having access and doing things that you never imagined, you can't even grasp it. But I had the quote I got that y'all heard that I even made a short of it today. So I look, because I seen a whole bunch of content creators speaking on this shit, but I'm like, I got it from the horse, from the source. 1.5. It was disrespectful. Not only was it disrespectful, I see other content creators on here talking about listen. He's taking a pay cut. He's taking a pay cut because remember when he fought George Kambosos, he damn near got almost close to $4 million, right? When taking that L. Why would he fight? And I watched. Yeah, I'm gonna call him out by name. Blue Blood Sports, you are unofficial when it comes to trying to just do what you do, Wendy Williams, respectfully. When you try to talk about the numbers, and I watched this shit, somebody sent it to me, and you were saying that if they fight pay-per-view, right? Let me tell you how you're listening to guys who not only don't know what they're talking about, they make shit up, right? And I'm just gonna point out one thing that this brother said. I'm not gonna pull his audio up because I'm no longer on that type of time with them. But I am gonna show you how you listening to unofficial dudes that they're frauds, right? This dude said if they sell 100,000 or whatever pay-per-views, they make XYZ and he'll get that money. Wrong. Number one, wrong, right? It doesn't work that way. And you guys gotta stop listening to these guys. If he gets paid 1.5 million guaranteed purse, and I've been on record stating this, that's why me and EJ fell out, and I fell out with a lot of those guys over there. Because unlike a lot of you guys that talk boxing, I actually am a real boxing baby. So when I was seeing some of the money that these guys were getting guaranteed for pay-per-view, I was like, yo, you're getting robbed, bro. I was like, Sugar Ray Leonard and these guys were getting $10 million, bro. How the fuck you only getting $2 million? 2.5 or 5, like, no, what the fuck is going on? But that's what they was like, yo, get this guy out of it. He's a troublemaker. Whatever. Look, that's why you have the people that they have now telling you the bullshit, right? But so this guy wanted us to, and people think this shit. Because I like, listen, respectfully, my man from Texas is lost. I've been stopped fucking with him. Because you're always sending me this guy's shit. And I'm like, bro, send me my shit. Word. You send me everybody else's content. Send me my shit, because my shit is accurate, and I'm in the field, bro. But this guy wanted us to believe that if he fights for 1.5 million and the pay-per-views gross 8 million, he'll get 8 million. It doesn't work that way. So you think if you sell 8 million pay-per-views, right, that the cable companies doesn't get their cut? Look, see, that's why I like stop listening to these guys, man. They're not, they never been a part of nothing, bro. This nigga really sat up here and said that if they sell 8 million worth of pay-per-views, they get that whole 8. It doesn't work that way, man. What works that way is the split. So whatever their split is from the money from the pay-per-views, that's what they split. They don't split. If the pay-per-view makes $8 million, they are not splitting $4 million apiece. But you can't tell these guys that, man. You can't tell these guys that. And then you damn sure can't tell these dumb listeners, unofficial, jealous internet fans this. They'll argue because they'll be like, oh, nobody listens to you. No, they don't. But I know what I'm talking about. So if you sell 8 million pay-per-views, you don't get the whole 8 million. You don't think that the providers listen, because listen, when you do a pay-per-view, right? We're in New York. I'm gonna use New York. You have Optimum, right? We have Optimum. I think the South. I was just in the South recently. I think they have Time Warner. What's another one? I'm trying to think what Ohio was. I was in Ohio too. What their cable provider is. Well, these different cable providers, they get paid too. So stop listening to these guys, man. I don't want to go somewhere else with this. Maybe another day, right? But I got some shit really going on. And I might be able to start doing more on my show as far as like having call-ins and shit like that. And that's what I'll dive into stuff like that. But man, let's stop listening to these stats gurus, right? They don't have no stats. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, that's why T.O. was like, nah, I need to get paid, bro. T.O. knows, man. Shout out to T.O., man. And definitely once you start dealing with the type of people T.O.'s dealing with, as far as like Bud Light and sponsors. See, nobody spoke about that, right? Did you hear how T.O. said when I bring the major sponsors and endorsements to the table, and y'all like offer me 1.5? Like, come on, man. Knock it off. That don't make no sense, man. He said the blue dude. Yeah, the blue dude, man. You know what I mean, so right? The blue dude, man. But I think we gotta wait, man. When are they gonna make the announcement? Has anybody heard any gossip? What's up with the announcement for the PBC? Right? And I want to put y'all on to game now, right? Not even game. I want to put y'all on to media work. This is for real media, right? And please put out content on this, right? Later for all the dumb shit that these guys are telling you and putting out, right? When they do officially sign, right? This is what I want you to ask whoever content creator you deem to be credible, that you deem knows everything. Ask them this. When the deal is signed or they announce that there would be, I mean, not BLK Prime. They didn't meet him in 7-Eleven. When they announced that they're with Amazon Prime, right? I want you to ask this because I'm not going to ask. I'll probably put out content, but I want whoever is over there, whoever fucks with them, whoever's official. You see what I said? Official, not unofficial, but official. Ask these questions. How much is the yearly budget? What is the schedule? What are the matchups? Because this is what you know, right? Unless if you know, right? You know the schedule. You know the possible dates. You know the matchups. So when this is announced, because I'm telling you, when they announce it, all the smoke and mirror guys is gonna come out here and they're gonna give you four. But let me quote Rick. What did Rick say? What did Rick say? Rick said some media release or reporters with fuzzy things. They're gonna give you the fuzzy things. They're gonna tell you, oh, it was $1 billion deal. No, it wasn't. Right? They're gonna say, oh, he won with BOK. I mean, he didn't go to 7-Eleven, sorry. They're gonna say he won with Amazon Prime for $1 billion. So he should have $1 billion schedule right behind that. That's what we need to know, man. That's the information that we need out there. Toby, you're laughing at me, Toby. You're laughing at me, man. He said, look, didn't Sugar Ray, man, them the guys was getting money back then, man. He said, didn't Sugar Ray take a fixed guaranteed of 11 or 12 million to fight? Yeah, that was in the 80s, right? Remember that, man? These guys are getting 2.5 and 5 million. And then, they're making 30 million on the back end. I don't, when it comes to the back end bread and these reporters that be reporting that shit, I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up, respectfully. You are a YouTube millionaire. You are a full-time YouTuber. You are a full-time, no benefits. I am retiring off of YouTube. Shut the fuck up. You are so full of shit with this shit. Because remember, look, yo, EJ, I know you've been hiding. You've been, doing what you're doing, mowing, milking the cows and all that other shit, raising, your animals out there. But I got to bring you up, man. Remember when EJ fought Mikey Garcia and he got 3 million guaranteed, right? And you had all this is when, one thing about Earl Spence probably had the biggest unofficial fan base that, puts out content. They were arguing with me and telling me, yo, he made 18 million on the back end. No, he didn't. And you know why he didn't? I'm going to tell you why he did. He showed us why he did. When he just fought Bud Crawford, right? Did he sound like a guy? Because the Mikey Garcia was his first pay-per-view. If he made 18 million with Mikey, he should have kept rolling in. Because remember, he was the biggest. Your money doesn't decrease as you become bigger and bigger, right? Right? But they said he made 18 million, which he didn't make. He finally got paid this time around, man. And shout out to him because he took an ass whooping and he's probably never going to be the same from. But he got paid, right? And he told us that he didn't get paid. Remember when Brian Custer asked him about something and he kind of went off? They had to calm him down because he realized he probably was thinking about me because he remembers all of the arguments that we had when I was trying. And shout out to AC, man. AC, you done a wonderful job finally waking that dumb nigga up. Part of my language, but that's what he is, a dumb nigga. But you finally woke him up and he finally got a real pay-per-view bag, right? But I always remember telling him and like, yo, what? Nah, man. Nah, that's not right, bro. And you see Toby's comment, man. Because that's the type of time I'm on. I'm like, what? That's it? Oh, Shy, you don't know shit, man. You work for the town. Nah, I know you're right. And look what has happened after that, right? Not only after they ridiculed me about not knowing nothing, I was a part of Jihad Tucker being signed at 17 years old. I was a part of securing endorsements and sponsorships from Honda, Rival, all this after, the falling out with these guys over there when I didn't know shit. And like I said, I call a fighter right now $1 million Marley. And I think listen, I talk too much now, God damn it. How do you think I'm going to talk when $1 million Marley, who I've been calling, if you've really been fucking with me, how long have I been calling $1 million Marley? He's going for his 4th national title. He is leaving Saturday. I am super proud of him. He is the #1 ranked fighter in the world. Yes, in the world. I said the world, God damn it. Even though it's the United States, the nationals. But I say the world. That's how we have tunnel vision. We have tunnel vision. Because when I was telling you 4 years ago, when he was 10 years old, that he was the best, he was my favorite fighter, then he didn't have a nationals yet. Fast forward later, he's on his way to 4-peating. 4-peating. Yeah, I said that right. Not 3. 4 times. 4-peating, man. But shout out to $1 million Mark. Yeah, that guy right here. That guy, yeah, Ray Jackson, the Ray guy. He's rich though, bro. He's rich. He gets a Twitter check. He's rich, right? He gets a good Twitter check. But that's the same guy, right? He gets all this money on Twitter. I want y'all to catch this. Yo, Terrence Crawford got on his ass. Yo, he gets all this money on Twitter. He said he had to work a 16-hour shift or something. Man, bro. Twitter better up them funds, brother. You got to work 16-hour shift. You got to work a 16-hour shift, but I thought you was getting a Twitter bag. But hey, what do I know? He said, I was thinking maybe Ryan offer 1.5 to T.O. meant they could possibly get 18 ATMs on the back end. Or a total of 19.5 per. Yeah, that's what the other guy said. He was breaking that down. But WCS, that's what the other guy said. He was breaking those numbers down, right? He was saying that, right? It doesn't work that way, man. That's why, respectfully, every time when it comes to the back, and listen, I'm gonna say this too, right? Why do you think, right, these other guys, right, Tyson Fury, right, and Usyk, why even Canelo? Let's use Canelo, right? Does Canelo stress for back? And what does Canelo always want, man? What does Canelo always want, man? It's always and I gotta say this respectfully. I'm not trying to front on these guys, right? But it's always the gimmicky type of fighters that want the back end. Oh, we're betting on ourselves the back end. Because you know why? You can't prove the back end, right? You can't. They like, listen. Oh, we made this on the back end. You can't prove it. But you know what you can prove? You're guaranteed. Right? You're guaranteed. Look, Jamel Charlo and Canelo fought, right? Do you hear Canelo complaining about any payments of a back end, right? Who did we hear complain though? Deontay Wilder. And what happened, right? Remember Deontay Wilder fought last October, and he was like, yo, man, I didn't get my money. Remember this? Come on, these are facts. I know this is not on topic, but it is on topic, right? Remember Deontay Wilder was like, yo, man, I still didn't get my money from October. Remember he fought October at the Buffalo Center. I was there. It was empty. The pay-per-view bombed. But he said, I didn't get my money. We didn't hear Canelo and Charlo. Where they at? They chilling, right? You know why? Because they got that up front. Especially Canelo. Canelo signed, what, a 3-fight, $100 million deal? This shit is guaranteed, man. So I don't blame you, T.O. Keep stepping how you stepping, my guy. You know, keep stepping how you stepping. You know, we rock with you over here, man. I don't have a lot of my stuff uploaded on here because I would definitely upload the footage when we all had our moment at the Hula Theater because it was around this time coming close. We all fight on the same cause. Like I said, a lot of guys I have been blessed to work around and accustomed to work around and not network. It's just these internet unofficial guys I can't network with because y'all not real, man. Y'all sit on here and y'all be jealous, bro. It's like, come on, man. Real ones ain't jealous. They formulating plans, they putting their minds together and they get into it. So when I seen T.O. say, yo, nah, I'm 1.5, come on, man. Come at me correct. Right on, brother. That's why I put out content on that. Right on. Because what do you look like? And like I said, I don't know all the specific, but I know goddamn well he got more than 1.5 million from Bud Light. So why would he fight? Listen, if I have an endorsement contract, a sponsorship for more than what you guys are offering me to get in the ring to take physical harm, possible brain damage and all other shit, why am I going to do that? The news by Shanewz. Boxing talk that makes sense. Feel free to share the content and tell the people I'm over here. Tell them, be like, yo, man, that guy that y'all talked about and said wasn't this or wasn't that, man, he's going to 11th professional prize fight. He went from media. Now he's the marketing agent. And I think he's even working with fighters, managing them a little bit, man. Or he's at least an apprentice. And he's doing matchmaking shit. He did put an offer out there that, we were scared to death to touch. We talked all that shit about him. He said, you know what? I'm tired of you motherfuckers talking. Who wants to fight? I got to fight for you. And they got scared, God damn it. They got scared. They didn't want to get no money with Sauce. But I said, you know what? I talk too much. So who wants to get some motherfucking money? The offer's on the table, but jump on it quick because it don't last long. And what happened? They got scared like the bitches they motherfucking are. So when you talk about me, make sure you talk correctly about me. Because when you see me, you're going to have to really see me. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed my sauce tonight. Shout out to you once again, Tyler. I appreciate you sharing the content because sharing is caring. Shout out to my Wise Owl family. You see that the content that they shared yesterday with the official press release. And I appreciate them, trusting me with releasing that and allowing my platform to release that, being that I am a nobody. But, apparently some people in the industry actually like me. And I appreciate that. Shout out to all the West Coast Connects and all the people out there for sharing that. Even I think Ak and Barack, shout out to them. They commented on my shit, man. Shout out to them. That was my post. I released that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Man. And shout out to Brandon Adams, Cannon Nation. Big things for 2024. Be on the lookout for him. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go celebrate my daughter, star of the month. That's why I couldn't go to the spot today. But hopefully this was an informative blog, right? Hopefully this was an informative blog, and you tell people about me, man. Please, just tell them about me. And Tyler, please, you let them know too, Tyler. You met me in person. I'm very professional, right? I'm not like what a lot of these internet unofficial guys claim about me because they don't go to fights, Tyler, right? They're not at fights, right? Hey, yo, listen, how official am I, Tyler? Look, let me share a moment with the good brother Tyler, right? And I'm gonna speak on this because I've been sitting on this for a while. After the unfortunate decision, right? When Jihad took his first L, I was with them. We went back into the locker room. I was I'm part of the team, right? And a lot of Jihad's fans and supporters, right? They witnessed what happened, but they still, and I seen this, I watched it. They witnessed what happened. They knew he won that fight, and they was cheering him on, and they wanted pictures. Ask the good brother Tyler what I did as one of my jobs, a media marketing agent. Before we went back into the locker room, Jihad took many pictures with his fans and supporters. We didn't brush people off, even though I had to go lock away in the room because I didn't. Nobody, please. That night I would have said some shit it would have got real ugly. It would have got real ugly, right? It would have got real ugly. But unfortunately, I didn't enjoy none of the rest of the fights. I stayed in my room. Me and my daughter went and got something to eat. And I stayed in my room. I didn't destroy my room. Like, remember when Jamel Charles lost to Tony Harrison? He destroyed his room. Now, I didn't destroy my room. I just sat in my room. I enjoyed the fireworks with Coach Reed. And then I drove home the next morning, 8.5 hours. But I was still just, man, but I took in a lot of the experience of meeting good brothers like Tyler and the other great Ohioans, the fans out there that embraced us. And I moved on. But at the time, Tyler was there. He seen it. Guys were still cheering for Jihad. And what did I do? I was like, nah, we're going to take these pictures. We're going to take the pictures. Hold your head up. And December 9th, man, listen, we are fighting the number 5 WBA middleweight. I'm trying to make some things happen. Hopefully I will be down there. But, we are in that season. It did start snowing a little bit today. I was like, no, right? But like I said, even if I'm not there in the physical, I will always be there in the spiritual and definitely on the patches. You know how I do, right? But like I said yesterday, if I'm not there, it's not like I'm missing out on an experience, man. Yeah, I will be missing out on that warm Florida weather. But as far as like the things of, being on the scene, the fighting meetings, I've been doing that, man. I'm blessed, man. I've been doing that. I really, if I had the choice, right, to go to Marley's or Jihad, I think I would really go to Marley's, right? You know why I would say that? Because Marley, I am one of Marley's coaches. Marley is a 3-time champion, right? So that makes me, Jihad is not a champion yet, but he's on his way. And I'm a part of that team as well. But with Jamali Tucker, $1 Million Marley, he makes me a champion coach. So when I come on here and I talk my shit, and they say I talk too much, well, goddamn it, I have stats. I have fucking stats. What do you have? What do you have as media? Let alone as a coach, as an advisor, as a consultant. What do you have other than talking about views and likes and shares? Come on now. But thank y'all, everybody that came in tonight. Tyler, I appreciate you, my guy. Sharing is caring, man. You always share the sauce. Shout out to my boy, Bugs. He shared it as well. Jersey in the house. He's laughing at the voiceovers and all that. Like, yo, listen, I got a team now, bro. I tell them how to do certain things for me, man. And I appreciate the people that's behind the scenes that's helping, because these are the things that I prayed for, right? Because in the beginning, I was out here fighting. It was just us, the family. We was just fighting. We was going to war. Now I got soldiers on the field. I got snipers on the roof. And we are marching. The News by Shanewz. Did y'all see that new drop? Listen, I be getting some fire drops. I didn't upload that one on the hard drive. But did you see that new drop? She tried to steal the same thing that my daughter says. She said, but hey, look, yeah, listen, I don't never trademark shit because that's not me. Because people know. Did you see what she said in that one? She said, The News by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know? And rest in peace to my granddaddy. But what do I know? December 9th, Jihad Tucker, pop out. You know the vibes. The News by Shanewz. When you see me, make sure you see me. Because one thing about me, I'm going to want to see you. Work, Chris, work, body.
Nice. Good body shot. Body shot, Chris. Good body shot. Yo, this the real Mr. ESPN right here. You know the vibes. Yes.
Yes. You're missing a few members, but you already know Team Stay Strong.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Jackal.
Yes.
Big Apex in New York. My son right here.
Yes, yes.
Screw you,
screw you. Yo, victory. It's a celebration, bitches. You know the vibes. Yeah. Yo, we in Vegas. Vegas. Yeah. Uncle Jay, cousin Mike.
Uncle Jay, cousin Mike.
You know the vibes.
Shout out ESPN, shout out Top Rank, shout out Alvina.
That's
shout
right.
Out all my supporters, everybody, man. I love all y'all, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Screw you. Yeah. Look at the team. The team. That video was dope. You know the vibes. Yo, what I told Mo, he's getting the knockouts, right? He's getting the knockouts tonight. They're high. That's right, man. You know the vibes. Yeah. You know the vibes. Another day in the office. All-star right here. You know, another day in the office. Screw you. That's right. All-star. Braun. Yeah. Another day in the office. We just getting that work.
Simple.
Yeah. Road to greatness. J Prince Boxing, Top Rank, ESPN. You know the vibes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina. I'm taking a video. You want to be famous? Run down.
Here we go, Zaga, Slime Master.
Yo, man, shout out to Sauce Talk, man. We in books and shit now.
Oh, man, what's that feeling like, man? First press conference, you walking out, the people are noticing you, saying, yo, he's in that book. Man. What's that feeling like, man?
You know, it feels good, man. You know, I actually want to get it going for this fight, man. Get it out the way, you know?
Yeah, definitely, man. But, yo, just describe that first press conference, 2 days out. You was on the main stage, Q&A. What was that like, man?
It was fire, It was real fire. Shout out Top Rank. Shout out Bob Barron, man. Shout out Sauce Talk. Shout out J Prince, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And we here, and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep being here. We're going to keep going up.
Yeah.
No cap.
That's a fact, man.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tumo-Heloa. I'm a Top Rank knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.